Help! Help! I'm trapped in a glass case of emotion, and I can't get out! Yep, so basically, I got kicked in the... I think we all got collectively kicked in the balls with feels today, this episode. Good feels, but still feels nonetheless. So, this episode is the return of Centibeetle, and we learn more about the war, and something that I was kind of proven wrong at, more or less. So, more or less, so this episode is that Steven's healing powers have returned, and he wants to help Centibeetle. He kinda does, but her corruption is too far into it that it's destroying her, more or less. It's still out there, and it's slowly coming back. It's like a irreversible cancer, really. And then Pearl says something along the lines of, corruption from the diamonds, meaning that every monster we've seen so far, and the corruption on a whole, is because of the diamonds. And here I thought, I'm guessing that was their last laugh at the end of the war, and here I thought, because the longest time, my theory was that Rose did something so bad to end the war, that's because we clearly saw Homeworld get the fuck out of there. Because after seeing those images, and the way they talked about Rose in the past war, during the war of what she had to do, she made some really tough calls and had to make she made some secrets. I always thought that whatever happened at the end of the war was her fault, because she had to end the war, and it was almost like a Doctor Who moment where the Doctor more or less used the moment to destroy both the Time Lords and Daleks. So that's what I kind of thought, but no, it was all the diamonds who did this. Particularly, who I think the one diamond in particular who did this was White Diamond, because when they talk about the diamonds, when Centibeetle is talking about the diamonds through her pictures, which are really sad, by the way, she mentions a few things here and there of basically like the war going on, and then she was part of Homeworld. She was a commander of a fleet, but then she got cut off from her group, and then left behind whatever happened, and she drew a symbol of the 3 diamonds, but they were all white. So I think White Diamond did this. She did this as a I don't give a fuck, you're done kind of moment. Like, that was their last laugh. So they must have unleashed some sort of bioweapon to quintessentially wipe out whatever gems were left, and they didn't care who got in the way. Collateral damage. And now it kind of makes sense of that whole moment in Season 1 when Greg mentioned if it wasn't for Rose's shield, yeah. So here's my thing. I'm thinking that when White Diamond, who I think is the main perpetrator, that's just the theory I'm working on, is that it could have been White Diamond who did this. And of course, she may have she probably collaborated to use this weapon alongside Blue and Yellow Diamond, but I think White Diamond was the one who set it off. But here's the thing. I think what happened was she unleashed this bioweapon to corrupt the gems, and Rose only had enough power in her shield to protect only a handful of gems, namely Garnet and Amethyst. And that was really it, and maybe a handful of other gems that may have been shattered along the way. Garnet and Pearl, excuse me, why did I say Amethyst? So yeah, Garnet and Pearl, and then they found Amethyst years later. So, yeah, that's a big moment where she could only save a handful of her friends while the rest were either destroyed or turned into monsters. Yeah, are you not crying yet? Because I feel like crying. So that shows, and it's clearly obvious that the diamonds don't give a flying fuck about collateral damage. Like, Yellow Diamond has mentioned, I don't care about possible resources, and it kind of shows. Homeworld is dying, and they don't seem to care. As long as they're in power, they don't really... Every villain understands, even Megatron... Here's a good example of how much arrogance the diamonds have, and I'm going to use Megatron as an example in this. Megatron is a tyrant and a monster, more or less. We all know that. But if you know Transformers, especially in the IDW comics, he's a military genius, and he concerns himself on not so much the troops, but he concerns himself on resources and where to find them. This was evident in the 80s cartoon. It's been evident everywhere. It's like, hey, I can't have an army without proper resources, or I'm gonna lose my resources. Then my troops are either gonna A, die out, or B, turn on me. So, yeah, when Megatron is a more sensible leader than you are, something is wrong. Sorry, I had to get something to drink. Anyway, so it clearly shows that the Diamonds are very petty about this. They are very, very petty about the loss on Earth. They are very petty and they're just still being sore losers about it. Hell, Yellow Diamond was more than wanted the Cluster to wipe out humanity and destroy Earth just so she could get the last laugh. You know, that tells you something right there. So yeah, that's kind of the big thing here with the, you know, it shows that the Diamonds are willing to do anything for victory, even at the cost of their own gems, which apparently, yeah, Centibeetle, who I think may have been called Emerald from the scribbling, I think it made out to be Emerald, yeah, she got left behind and they didn't care. She was also the captain of that ship that Peridot went to when the gems were hunting her. So this is a this is a big thing. This is a very it's a very depressing thing. Gotta say, this is. But no, I really did enjoy the end where Centibeetle, her corruption happens again, but she finds her her soldiers once more. She finds her troops and she's allowed to live there. There's also a really sad moment, for one quick moment, where Garnet's like, look, you can't help her when they first heal Centibeetle, and Garnet is like, look away, Steven, and Amethyst is about to poof her again. It's like, oh man, it's the old Yeller seed all over again. Oh, that's not right. It was literally almost an old Yeller moment, and you can't tell me otherwise. Oh man. But yeah, this was a very sad episode. It had a very heartwarming ending. Don't get me wrong. It had a very sweet, somber, sweet ending. But yeah, poor Centibeetle, you know. But in some way, she's still lost, but at the same time, she's found. If that makes any sense at all. And we learn more about the war. We learned that probably it was White Diamond who, I'm guessing, damn. Either that was a bioweapon or she's that powerful. Because we have seen Temple in that Rectangle Temple in that Serious Steven episode of Rose facing off with White Diamond. And it looks like they were fighting over a weapon. So here's my thing. I think and also, did anyone else notice that Rose was, not Rose, Steven was able to activate the ship, and when he touched it, the light shone pink. So that whole rumor, that theory that Rose was a member of the Diamond Authority, makes me wonder. I'm starting to really buy into that maybe at one point or another she was either a member of the... Because we have seen the Diamond Authority Exynia with a pink diamond. So could it have been that Rose was either Pink Diamond at one point, or was she serving Pink Diamond? I don't know. But all I'm saying is, something's fishy going on here. Anyway. So, all in all, a really great episode, and I can't get up from these feels. I just can't get up from any of these feels. Anyway, so you guys tell me, what did you guys think of this episode? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? What do you guys think of it being either the White Diamond or all the diamonds who are responsible for the gem corruption? I'm pretty sure we're going to find out very soon in this season. I have a very strong sense that now that they brought that up, we're going to learn, probably in the Bismuth episode, when Bismuth returns, we're going to finally find out of what happened in the final days of the war. And I'm very much looking forward to that. So yeah, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.